Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 11, season 1 of my Wycombe Wanderers FIFA 14 Road to Glory career modes. Today I've got 3 games for you in this episode, and that's how I'm going to be doing it from now. I'm sure you listened in the previous episodes where I said I'm going to really try and do 3 now. Obviously I'll probably have to edit it more and actually play the game more to get regular episodes out, but I'll definitely work hard if you want to see that in the videos. Drop in your comments if you want me to continue to doing the 3 games, but I feel it's what I need to do, because if I just did 2, I think it will take too long to get where I want to be. But anyway, let's move on against this game, AFC Wimbledon. Again, you know our expectations is mid-table. We're sitting 6th right now. In my view, when you be a team at this level, regardless of which team you be, you always got to have the expectation for yourself, regardless of what your board says. I reckon you should be getting at least in the promotion places, at least getting close to getting promoted, because all the teams are so similar. That's what I mean. Like, it's not like a Premier League level where there's like a top 5 best teams or something, and then there's the crap teams. It's more closer at this level. That's what I mean. So I really have the expectations on myself, even though, you know, it's only mid-table expectations, to get promoted, because that's what I want to do. I want to try my hardest to do it that way, while having a good run in cups as well. As we try across there, wasn't too great from Sam Wood. Got the cross in, but of course it was just straight to the keeper, unfortunately. He collected that, and we've got to continue in this game. Playing some big names, you can see there. Togwell, who's been a good player for me in defensive midfield. As we change our formation, we changed to this formation after a few injuries, and you know, we've been doing not too bad from my results. So here, tried to block them from the cross, but unfortunately, they got it through, and I felt I defended that well. Like, I forced him into that position. He put a cross in, and then once the cross is in, there's not much you can do about it. You just got to hope your player can win it. But unfortunately, more often than not, the opposition, they win the header. See there, I pushed him a bit wide. I thought it was difficult, and I thought the goalkeeper did pretty bad on that occasion. It was a pretty poor effort, and that was pretty much all in this game. We had a late effort from Futach, who could have equalised in injury time in the 90th minute, but unfortunately he couldn't do so, and that was basically the game there. He had the chance, had the golden chance, but unfortunately he was forced to hit it on his weaker foot, and of course they'll probably do that late sub here to waste a bit of seconds, and the game was more or less over. And that's pretty much it. Was this game. There was not much action, and also, again, you'll notice now I want at least majority of the footage you see is going to be of goals, maybe a little highlights here and there, but more so goals, because if I show it too in depth, again, the videos will be too long if I want to show 3 games as well. So you know what happened with that. You can see from this game, it wasn't great. I had to save there from our keeper. Nice sign, but his positioning wasn't great for that cross. You saw there, it really was not good. I wasn't happy about his positioning. It was really poor, but you check out the ratings here. Sam Wood had a good game. Futach, he did well without scoring, which is good signs. And that's very rare, actually, for a player to get over a 7 rating and not score. That's a good effort for him, and hopefully can continue that so he can keep his form up. That's very, very crucial. So here, have a lot of scout reports, but I'm not going to waste your time showing them. I'm basically, if I notice anyone, when I'm actually playing it, I'll put them on the short list, and we'll see where we go from there. I might show you a bit later in other ways. But we've got a couple injuries, as you know, with Lewis and Scow, and I'm dying for them to come back, to be honest. I really want them back in the team. Even though I'm doing all right, we just picked up a loss there, but we're in a comfortable position for our expectations. We can just continue to improve. That's what I basically mean. With those 2 midfielders coming through, hopefully coming back as soon as possible from injury, but not too soon. Don't want them to re-injure their current injury. You got to be smart about it. But after that match, I definitely wanted to get a really strong team in, especially at home. It will be horrendous if we lost this game. It would have been 2 losses in a row. So, yeah, I did want to play my best. Wood had a good game previously. Togwell played a nice little ball for Razak, then Razak to McCoy. Really good combination play. He tries that fake shot, comes in, and then he got collected by the opposition defender and won a penalty, actually, which was great effort for him getting forward. McCoy, good attacking right fullback is what I want to see from my teams. As you know, I like to get them forward. And you can see here, slide tackles, and he collects him. That was going to be a penalty every single day of the week, but we had to finish. Of course, by default, he said as the penalty taker, but of course, he's actually one of the better rated penalties. You can see there, he's got 62, so he's not too bad actually. So he's default there, but Futach with his shot power, I believe he's the best candidate to take the penalty, and he does show it there. Just blast it into that position where he's probably ideal to do it, and getting pumped up there, really getting pumped up. You can see with his celebration, Futach, and look at his height, look how big he is. He's amazing player, amazing striker for me. And he shows he can score from the spot as well, being a force in the air. You know how he can score in a lot of ways, but that powerful, no goalkeeper in the world would have saved that, honestly. That was a perfect penalty. I don't think you'd do it more perfect than that. At least me. Like, I don't think I could do a better penalty. So I was happy with myself with that. That we could go 1-0 ahead, and after that, it's always smooth sailing for me. I can play more confidently, and again, Futach with the interception. And then he plays it to McClure. Tried the shot, but it's saved by the keeper. And it was easy there. Futach, he was set to apply the finish with the head. He loves that situation. Normally, when the goalkeeper's there, but it was so easy, the goalkeeper wasn't there. He just had to win the header, and there you go. He's got 2 in this game. It's exactly what we need. I really needed to gather my boys around, especially with a disappointing loss in the previous game. I really hate losing 2 games in a row, so I had to make sure it didn't happen. And you can see Futach there really stepping up, and McClure was a good shot. It forced in a... it forced like a bad save, honestly. That wasn't a great save because it was straight to Futach, and credit to McClure, who's going to be part of the future for me. He's a young player. He's a good finisher as well. Finesse shot trait. So he's going to be part of the future at least. Yeah, we just got to... It depends on the development and how fast I get to the Premier League. It just depends on all of that kind of stuff. If we get to the Premier League quickly, like in consecutive promotions, it'll be hard, honestly, I know. Especially when you lack in the funds area and you need money. That's going to be the toughest part, honestly. This part's the easy part in the league too. This is the easy... After that, I would imagine it'll be hard. So here we're almost conceding a chance. But look at that coverage. McCoy coming across. He's actually coming across to the right side right here, and he actually wins it. Fantastic effort. He's had an amazing game. He's up for today's game. But here, Joe Kafour coming off the bench. Plays a good ball for that man I mentioned before, McClure. Then he finds Kretschmer. Then Kretschmer finds Spring, and he goes bang. Really passing almost my all-team in attack, in midfield and attacking players. Almost every single player getting a touch on the football there, which was fantastic stuff to see. Giving chances to all my players, really, getting a touch of the ball to keep everyone's confidence up that they're part of the team, and just kept going and kept opening the space there. Then it just went bang. Goalkeeper at this level was never going to save that. So looking for a 3-0 victory, but a bit soon to speak because now Kafour is on. It could be 4-0, and it is. There you go. 4-0. Wycombe Wanderers at home. A great assuring performance after losing 1-0 in the first one. You can see Kafour there. He's going crazy. I like to do that celebration. Actually, I don't know what celebration I do. I don't plan to do a celebration. Most of the time, I just press whatever and get excited about it. You can see there another fake shot and finesse. Bottom corner to the right side, and he's never going to miss that. It was great. He came in fantastically well. A lot of the time when I do the fake shot in the box, they intercept the opponent, but then, Kafour, he had good control in that. And there's one big decision I have to make with Kafour. His contract's running out at the end of the season, but he's getting older. And his key attribute is his pace, obviously. But you can see there he shows he's a very accomplished finisher of the football and scores an important goal. Only first goal of the season for him in the league. So he needs to kick on if I'm going to offer him a contract. I'm not just going to offer him a contract because of that one goal. He has to show over the next couple months that he deserves to be in next season. But because his best attribute is his pace and his quickness, I've got to keep my eyes on that. I've got to keep my tabs on his pace and see how much he's decreasing because, of course, he'll be 32 next season, then pushing to 33. You got to keep your mind on that, and depends what kind of signings I make. But you got to think about it. We can't make so many signings at this level. Of course, not having heaps of funds. It depends what kind of free agents will be available and all that kind of stuff. That's why I really want to get your feedback, because I've never done a career like this in FIFA 14 at least. Like, I don't know what kind of free agents are available in the second season. So it'd be great if you could leave your feedback on who are the best rated players. Like, what's the highest rated player on a free agent you can find? I don't mean signing in January on the pre-contract. I mean actually players that are listed in the free agents at the start of the second season. Like, who are the best rated players? Are they like mid-60s or something like that? Or even not as good as that? Please drop in your feedback. It will definitely give me an idea which kind of players to offer contracts and if I should have a lot of wages left or something of that nature. So you can see after this game, it was a great performance, 4-0. You always love to win big. Who knows, goal difference may be important, but more so, yeah, like I said before, after you lose a game, at least for me, it's absolutely crucial for me to pick up a win, or more so not lose 2 games in a row, especially at this level. You can drop really quick, and I had to really showcase this game. I had to really get the boys together after. You got to praise your team. Like, after a win like this, you don't just take it and move on. You got to give your team credit where credit is due, and they had that. But you always got to focus on future endeavours as well, future games, because you know it's a huge season, and we've got, like I said, Capital One Cup games, FA Cup's a bit later as well. Matthew Spring was absolutely fantastic with that goal, but we absolutely dominated York. 11 shots on target, so we deserve that result. Definitely, even though they had a bit more possession, we restricted them really well. As you know, I'm really good at doing. I'm improving on defence. People said I was bad. Maybe in older careers I did, but look at me now. Really not really conceding shots at all. So I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'm scoring goals. If I can continue to do that, restrict my opponent to 0 shots, but then dominate with that many shots on target, and I'm really happy with that way I'm able to play right now. And of course, that's not every single game. Of course, I lost 1-0 in the previous game. It just, you're not going to do that every single game. And if I did, you'll probably think it's boring. If I won 4-0 every game and my opponent didn't have a shot, like, it's good to have the balance good that I'm not an amazing player. Like, I win like 4-0 every single game, but it's good to have it every so often. I'm sure you agree, to every so often have that kind of win to boost your team, and maybe good for you to watch as well, because you want to see me win. You don't want to see me lose. So that's why I feel world class is a good balance for me, because I don't dominate or I don't do bad. I do somewhere in the middle, even though some people think I do bad. I'm like, you can just see the evidence what I'm doing now with the mid-table expectations, and real life they're almost getting relegated. So that's all you can only really compare to. I'm doing fantastic with the team I have, and here Razak is pissed off. Look at that. He doesn't even want to look at the camera. Look at that. Razak, he's pissed. You can just tell by his facial expressions. He wanted to start that game, but I got to keep the fitness levels. I got to keep my best players' fitness up, but it was really reflected in this game. It was a tight game. We had a late chance there, but it was a away match. Like, I always go with the notion, especially with this kind of team, and actually I was pissed off there. I didn't want Craig to touch it because, of course, he was offside. That's where the intelligence. FIFA always talks about adding intelligence, attacking. Is this intelligence? If that was in real life, the player, Craig, who was offside there, he would have left it. Like, you know how they do that in real life? Players who would be offside and they know they're offside, they leave it and let another player who wasn't offside get it. EA, where's the attacking intelligence there? Come on. Because my player would have still got to it, don't you think? If that guy moved out of the way, he still would have had time to get to it. But as I was going to say, at this level, at the expectations for my team as well, I'd be happy to draw away games, at least most, and try and win at home like you saw I did. So we got a shot on there. We didn't have too many chances in this game, like compared to the last one. You see some games like that. But still, we're playing really well. Bloomfield again coming in, doing a job. Stewart doing really well. It's a good mix. Craig played pretty bad, a 4.8 rating. And he's going down because he's a bit old. He scored some good goals in the cup for me, but you get those kind of mixed results in a career. But you can see there, we're sitting in 6th. I'm really happy with that. Honestly, I am. I'm happy to be in the top half of the table. It's really good. It just makes me feel better. Like, when I played another career and maybe I was lower than my position, like, I wasn't where I should be. Whether it be, like, with Leverkusen, I definitely should have been higher. Like, when I was making my videos, I wouldn't say depressed. I didn't want to show the videos. That's more than anything. But when I win, like when I beat Everton in the Capital One Cup and when I win 4-0, I actually want to make the videos. That's the thing. But that's the thing. Like, when you don't have results coming, good results, you don't really get motivated. But when you're sitting in a good position, it makes you feel good about yourself. And when you've conceded the least goals in the league, that's really something to be proud about, especially with a team that's only expected to come mid-table and, of course, pushing to relegation in real life. So I'm really happy that I can defend well and push on with the goals like you saw in the second game. We won 4-0. And, of course, like I said, it's not going to be every single game. You can't do that every single game. Even being, like, if I talk about real life, for this, it's just being realistic. But real life, a team is not going to play that well every single game. It's just how football goes. But if we can build from there, it's going to be a positive sign as we push to get promoted this season, hopefully. So hopefully enjoy this episode. If you want to see some daily uploads of this, drop in your likes and comments as well so I can read them. And I'll see you guys next time.